Good, downward facing dog. Take one last breath here. And then step or jump your feet up to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's come all the way up. And another sun salute, one. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Feet come back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga again, or skip it. Downward facing dog. Take 3 or 4 breaths. Pushing your seat back, spreading your fingers wide. One more breath here. Big exhale. Feet come to hands. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Stretch back if it feels good. Last sun salute A, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward facing dog as you breathe in. And downward facing dog as you breathe out. Good. See if you can make sure from heel to hip is a straight line and from hip to wrist as straight as line as you can make it. If your wrists get sore, you can put your elbows down. If something else gets sore, you can put your knees down and come to child's pose. Meanwhile, wherever you are, take another big long breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees. Bring both feet up to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, arms to your sides. Good. From where you are standing, reach up high and swan dive to just a standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's keep the right hand down on the floor. If you have a block, you can put it there. If you need to bend your knees, you can do that. And sweep the left arm straight up to the side in a bit of a twist. Let me take a few breaths here in a twist. Try to keep your hips square. It's usually pulling your right hip back if your left arm is in the sky. Take another long breath in here. And when you're ready, exhale, hands down. Switch hands, left hand down, right arm reaching up. Pull your left hip forward a little bit as you twist your chest. Breathe in. Breathe in again, breathe out. One last big breath here. And exhale, both hands to the floor. Deep standing forward fold. Then as you inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, step your left foot back into a right lunge. Good. You stay here, you're up on your back toes, your heel is back, your back leg is as straight as you can make it. Hands can be on the floor if that feels good, or if you'd like to go a little farther, your hands can be on your knee. If that's too much, hands go back to the floor. If you'd like to bring 1 or 2 arms to the sky, feel free. Wherever you are, if you'd like, inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, reaching long. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Let's drop the back heel down and open up into warrior 2. Good. So we want to think about tilting the hips so that the right hip is coming up, the left hip is coming down, and you're not leaning forward, but pull your spine so it's straight up and down. Head looking out over your front right middle fingernail. Full breath. We also want to make sure that the front foot is directly below the front knee or ahead of it, not behind it. Good. Long breath in here. Exhale. Back hand to back thigh, front palm to the sky, revolve warrior 2. Keep your front knee bent. Make the biggest arc you can as your hand comes up, reaching above and behind you. Inhale, straighten the front leg, and exhale, bend it. Make sure it goes right over your foot. Inhale, straighten, revolve warrior 2, exhale, bend. Stay here for a moment. Big breath in. Come back to warrior two and bend your front arm, forearm to thigh, or if you have the flexibility, you can grab onto your shin or your hand to the floor. Roll your chest open, pull your shoulders and head back a little bit, and then bring your top arm beyond your head for Parshvakonasana. Good. Long breath in and breath out. Inhale to triangle pose. Exhale to Parshvakonasana. A couple more times. Inhale to Trikonasana, straightening your front leg. And exhale to Parshvakon. One more time. Inhale to Trikon. Exhale to Parshvakon. Reach your hand far beyond your head. Good. Long breath in here. And when you're ready, exhale, both hands to the floor, go through Vinyasa. This is the chorus. This is just like Sun Salute. Chaturanga, up dog, Chaturanga again if you like, and down dog. Good. Let's step the left foot forward and hang out for a moment in lunge. So your back leg, we're trying to make as straight as possible, pushing your back heel back. Your front knee is directly over your front foot. Foot can be out in front a little bit, but we don't want it behind. We don't want this. Straight up and down. Good. Maybe your hands can come up a little higher. If your balance doesn't make this comfortable, you can put one knee on the floor. Good. Stay here for a moment. Big breath. Good. When you're ready, inhale, straighten the front leg, and exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, straighten the leg. Good. Now we're going to do those poses on the other side. So drop your back heel down. Feet are lined up in a straight line. One arm in front, one arm in back. So it's the opposite side now. For me, it's the left side. Arms parallel to the earth. Try to get your spine straight up and down. This is warrior two. Gaze is out over your front middle fingernail if your neck comfortably does that. If not, just look away. Good. Deep breath in and breathe out. Back hand to back thigh, front palm faces the sky. Keep your front knee bent for now and reach up as far as you can and back. Good. Revolved warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg and reach back as far as you can comfortably. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Good. Let's bring the front forearm to the front thigh, or hand to ankle or floor. Top arm to the sky. Open up the right side of your chest, right arm is up. And if you're comfortable, bring that arm beyond your head. An extended side angle, good. On your next inhale, straighten your bottom leg, top arm comes to the sky, Trikonasana. Exhale, come back. Inhale, extend, leg and arm. Exhale, bend the leg. Last time, inhale, extend the leg and arm to triangle pose. Good. Exhale, bend the front knee, both hands to the floor, Vinyasa. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. When you're ready, downward facing dog. Step both feet up towards your hands. Feet are together. Bend your knees, drop your seat, lift your chest up and straighten your arms in front, then bring your arms as high as you can, but having them straight. Once they bend, that's too far. Good. Lift your chest. Good. Exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Let's do a twist. So walk your both feet over to the right side of your mat. We're going to bring the right arm to the opposite knee, to the outside of the opposite knee. Maybe it's your hands, maybe it's your elbow. Stack your hands in prayer. Push down with the top hand to twist. Big breath here. And exhale. Breathe in. If you'd like to stay here, feel free. If you'd like to take a break and sit down, that's fine. If you'd like to go into an arm balance, one elbow on the hip, one elbow on the knee. Start to transfer your weight. Maybe you can pick your feet up. Maybe you can straighten a leg or two. Take as many breaths as is comfortable. Come out of the pose, back to chair, and standing legs straight, forward fold. Good. Feel the extension of the back of your legs. We're going to do all those same things on the other side. If you want to right now walk your feet over to the left side, you can. Chair pose. Arms are as straight as you can make them. Nice big breath in. If you're getting tired, take a break. Good. So now the opposite side, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Hands stack in prayer. Twist your chest up towards your thumbs and breathe. Last big breath here. If you want to stay here, stay. If you want to go into the arm balance, one elbow's on the knee, one elbow's on the hip. Maybe your legs straighten. Maybe they come back, feet to the floor, back to chair pose. Good. Standing forward fold. Let's go through Vinyasa. Hands to the floor in front. Step your feet back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Good. Take an extra breath here. And downward facing dog. Maybe this is a good time to put your knees on the floor, toes together, and sink your hips down into child's pose. Take a break if you want it. If down dog feels good, do that here. Good. If you're resting, that's great. If you'd like to go on high plank here. We're just going to tuck our tailbone down a little bit, round our pubic bone towards our chest a little bit to strengthen our low back. We're going to hold this for 5 more breaths. If your wrists hurt, you can go down on your forearms and hold a forearm plank. 3, 4, and 5. When you're ready, step your feet forward. Let's come up all the way to standing before we go into side plank. Forward fold again. Roll your wrists in one direction, roll them in the other direction. And then step into high plank. Right hand in the middle of your mat. Turn your feet over so they're stacked. Ooh, and left hand comes up to the sky. If you feel like you need a little extra help, top leg, foot on the floor behind you. Good. Lift your hips, take 2 more breaths. Some of us can grab a toe, bring it up to the sky if you'd like. We're going straight to the second side, feel free. Switch hands, left hand on the floor, stack your feet. Then you grab your toe in this one, stretch your leg as far as you can, lift up a little bit. Let's take 2 more breaths. Good. Last big breath here. And exhale, go through Vinyasa. That's Chaturanga, upward facing dog. And let's all take child's pose for a moment and just take a rest. Good. Child's pose is acceptable at any time during any class, anywhere in the world. It's a resting pose. If that's what you need, you take it. So you can stay in that rest as long as you'd like. If you'd like, come to downward facing dog, and let's step the right foot forward and come up to standing with our feet wide, heels a little wider than toes. Hands on your hips. We're going to fold forward, put our hands flat on the floor, and walk our hands backwards. We want arms and wrists to be at 90 degrees. So as you walk your hands back, try to get them to be, everything is 90 degrees. You're folding forward here, walking hands back. Top of your head maybe just grazing the floor. We don't want any weight on the top of your head. If your legs aren't flexible enough to get your head down toward the floor, just work on trying to straighten your legs. Fold forward the best you can. Maybe 1 more breath here. Good. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come the rest of the way up. Interlace your hands behind your back like this. Inhale here, open up your chest, and exhale, fold forward, lifting the fist of your hands as far off your tailbone as you can. Nice long breath in. Breathe out. Another big breath in here. We're going to come up all at once, nice and slow. So bring the fist of your hands back to your tailbone. Inhale with a strong stomach. Come all the way up. And walk your feet together. Top of your mat for Vinyasa. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, if you're tired, squat or forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Another chaturanga if you'd like, and then down dog. Good. Right leg high in the sky. Let's set the right foot forward in line with the left for triangle pose. Right hand toward the floor, left hand to the sky. Make sure to pull your shoulders and spine back over your right leg. Let's take 2 or 3 breaths here. Sometimes I like to take my top arm and reach it beyond my head. Good. Let's take one more breath here. Big exhale. We're going to step into half moon pose. So the right hand comes out in front on the floor, left leg extends behind, half moon pose. If you feel wobbly, bend your base leg. Another big breath here. One more, we're going to turn to warrior 3. So turn your hips down towards the floor. Back leg stays up. Torso and arms extend, move back. Extend the opposite direction of your leg. We'll take 3 breaths here. Nose is pointing at the floor. 2. From here into dancer pose. Your left leg is up and back. So you take the left hand, hold on to your left foot, and push your left foot up towards the sky as you reach out with your right hand. 3 breaths. 1, 2. Last breath here. 3. Good. Release feet to the floor, Vinyasa. Arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Same thing on the second side. So let's step the left foot forward into triangle. Right leg is straight, left leg is straight, left hand is down, right arm up, breathe. 2. And 3. When you're ready, that left hand is going to step forward, right leg off the floor, half moon pose. Breathe. 1, 2. Expand in all directions. And 3. From here, we're going to move into warrior 3. So hips now face the floor. Leg stays where it is. Arms out in front. Breathe. 1, 2. And 3. Dancer pose. Right hand comes back. Grabs the right foot. Good. Start to extend the right leg. Maybe folding forward is in your practice today. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Good. When you're ready, feet come to the floor. Vinyasa. You can always skip the Vinyasa and just rest. Forward fold. Look up a little. Step back to plank. Chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Good. So when we finish a Vinyasa, down dog is okay, child's pose is okay, resting lying flat on your belly is okay if you need that rest. Make sure to breathe, whatever you're doing. Good. We'll take another breath or 2 in downward facing dog. And if you're not in down dog, feel free to join us. Let's bring the right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, bring your leg back up to the sky. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and let's hold it there. Doesn't have to touch. Lift your right foot up as high as you can. Lift your belly up as high as you can. Big breath here. Good, exhale here. Inhale, bring your leg back up to the sky. We're gonna walk our hands to our left foot for standing split. So back leg just lifts up as high as you can. Base leg can be a little bent if that's more comfortable. Long breath in here. Long breath out. With both feet on the floor, let's switch. Left leg up to the sky. Good. Bring your chest as close as you can to your standing leg. Maybe one, maybe both hands reach your standing leg. Long breath in, one more time. And exhale, keep that leg up and let's walk to one-legged down dog. Walk your hands out. Left leg is in the sky now. Exhale, knee to your nose and hold it. Lift everything up. Good, take another breath here. Exhale, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. You can slow it down, everyone. Exhale, knee to nose. We have one more. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. And if you'd like, come to downward facing dog, or you can go through Vinyasa, which is plank, chaturanga, up dog, and then down dog. Good. Let's step our feet to the center of the mat and bend your knees down into a squat. So with a squat, we want to have heels on the floor. So beginner squatters are here. Maybe your knees get a little wider as you bring your seat down. Heels stay down. As you get more flexible, your tush comes down a little lower, your chest comes up a little higher, and you're squatting this way. Maybe some of you have stopped here, and that's okay. Just gonna squat for a bit. I like to put my elbows on the inside of my knees and hold them open. Make sure that your knees are pointing the same direction as your feet. Your feet can be close together, or they can be wide. So just squat and relax. Good. Good. If you want to stay in the squat, feel free. If you'd like to go to crow pose, it's an arm balance pose, so you can do that here. So your hands are wide and they come out in front. Elbows bend and your knees crawl onto the back of your arm. If this is the first time you're trying it, put a pillow down in front or just watch. Some of us are doing it, some of us aren't. We balance. After 3 or 4 breaths in crow, you can either jump to chaturanga or quietly put your feet down and come to chaturanga. You can rest on the floor or go through up dog and down dog. Good. Good. Let's step our feet up towards the top third of our mat and come into chair pose. So your feet are together, knees bend, seat comes out and down and back. Arms are straight, and then arms come up to the sky. Good. Nice big breath here. Knees are squeezing towards each other. Good. One more breath here, and then let's just squat all the way down. Keep your hands off the floor if you can, and we're going to come directly into Navasana. So your seat comes to the floor. See if we can do this. Beginner Navasana can be here, you could be holding onto your knees, or you can straighten out your arms. It's only 3 breaths. Back is as flat as you can make it. 2, 3, good. Cross your ankles, hands to the front, go through Vinyasa. That's chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And after down dog, I recommend that everyone come to child's pose and take a rest. A nice way of doing child's pose is with your arms stretched out in front, but if it feels better to have your hands behind you or crossed on your low back, that's good too. If you're feeling shaky or tired, now is a good time to take a 2-minute rest. Now is actually a very good time to do that, because the next thing we're going to do is hard and really fun. So take 3 more full breaths in. Let your chest expand in the sides, the front, and the back. And as you exhale, really push all the air out with your low belly. Good. So that your next breath in is as big as you can make it. Great big huge breath. Let it out. You can stay resting if you want. That's great. Good. Last big breath in, big breath out. Good. When you're ready, let's come back to squatting. So from a squat, we're going to roll back and up and back and up, and then we're going to come into pistol pose, which is you still squat on one leg and the other leg is out in front. So let's just roll back and up, just to warm up the low back. It's fun, it's rest. Most of us can do this. Good. Now let's try it. We're going to roll up and have our left foot on the floor and the right foot stays up. And then let's roll back again and try it with the other side. Right foot is down, left leg up. It's called pistol. Good. So let's roll up and down a couple more times. And then we're going to roll up again and bring our right foot on the floor. Roll up, right foot is on the floor, you're in left pistol. I want you to try to swing this left leg around without touching until you're in a right lunge. Good. Drop the back heel down, and let's straighten both legs and come into pyramid pose. You may decide to step your back foot up and out a little bit. Both legs are straight, flat back, folding over your front straight leg. Good. Take a nice long breath here. If you're comfortable with your hands on the floor, that's great. Hands can be on your shin, or hands can be up, lifting, opening your shoulders this way. Good. From here, we're going to step into warrior three. Arms out to the side, front leg stays on the floor, step up into warrior three. Good, breathe one. Breathe two. Breathe three. Right foot stays on the floor, let's bend the right leg so your chest comes down onto your right leg. Good, try to keep your hands off the floor. We're going to come back to pistol with the right leg down. So see if you can bring your left leg forward. Here we are back in pistol. Good. Bring both feet to the floor. Roll back and forward a couple of times. Rest a little bit if you want to. We're going to do all that stuff on the second side. So we're going to roll back and forth, and we're going to come into pistol with our left leg on the floor. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready. So right leg is up in pistol. And we're going to step the right foot back, so we're in a left lunge. Ooh, swing it back there. Good. When you're ready, straighten both the front and the back legs, flatten your back, square your hips to the front, folding over the front leg. Some of us are here. Try not to round too much. Try to stay flat. Good. Maybe your hands touch the floor. From here, we're going to step up on that bottom leg, the left leg, into warrior three. Extend long. Breathe one. Breathe two. Good. Breathe three. Bend the base leg so the chest comes to the thigh. Extend your limbs as long as you can. And now we're going to work that right foot back into pistol. So drag it forward and extend it in front. Pistol, this is the end. We're going to rock back now, feet to the floor. That is over. Good. Rock back a couple of times, and then you can end up on your back, feet towards the sky, knees are bent. Hold on to your feet and pull your knees towards the floor near your armpits for what's called happy baby. Sometimes it feels good to rock from side to side here. Good. If you'd rather be just curling your knees into your chest, that's good too. Good. Rocking from side to side, flatten your low back on the floor. I'm lifting my head up so my low back gets a little flatter. Very good. Legs come together again. We're going to rock. And the last time we're going to end up in chair pose. So rock up. Let's see if we can do it without using our hands. Eventually, your feet come to the floor. Maybe not the first time. Come up again. The chair pose. Once again, right where we started. 2 more breaths here. Very good. Last big breath in. Stay here and exhale. Inhale, come up to standing Vinyasa. Swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step both feet back, lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Now we're gonna come to sitting. So sitting with legs spread wide. Sometimes I like to have my heels on my mat so that they stick. Legs are spreading as wide as is comfortable. Good. I'm gonna move my mat back a little bit. If your spine is rounded, keep your hands behind you. If your spine is flat here, just fold forward. As far as it goes, keep your spine as flat as you can. Folding down, maybe your elbows touch, maybe your forehead touches, maybe your navel touches. Walk your hands out a little bit farther and take 2 or 3 more deep, long breaths. Very good. One last breath here. We never push it farther than we can comfortably go and take a big breath. Exhale completely. Use the strength of your arms as you inhale and lift up. Now I'm going to come to face the front. You can face any direction you'd like. And we're going to do a side bend. So I take, this is my right hand, well, let's call this the left hand. Slide your knuckles down on the floor towards your left foot. Yeah, same foot, and bring your other hand up to the sky. For some of us, this is as far as we can go. Some of us can go a little farther. Some of us can bend our torso down a little farther too. Some of us can get a foot with one hand, maybe with 2 hands. I like to keep my top arm straight. So I'm using my elbow to twist my chest up towards the sky rather than have it twisting down towards my knee. A side stretch. Take a deep breath in and feel those upper side ribs expand, open, and stretch. 2 more breaths, just like this. Very good. Long breath in, long breath out. Now use the strength of your hand to push yourself back up. Same thing on the second side. Oh, this side's very different. So honor that. Top arm comes to the sky. Maybe it reaches over. Maybe there's an adjustment on the bottom. Just reach your top hand as far as you can and breathe. And be grateful that you can breathe and be grateful that you have hands. Good. Long breath in and out, maybe 2 or 3 more. Good. Great big breath. Focus on the breath. Last breath in here. And exhale, look down. Use your hands to push yourself up. Put your hands behind you and slide backwards a little bit. And then come to your hands at the top of your mat. But come down onto your elbows for forearm plank. And just focus on tucking your tail a little bit to keep your core strong so you're not letting your belly hang. Making your legs as long as you can, using all the muscles from shoulders to ribs to belly, all of your core muscles, your hips, your quads, glutes, even all the way down to your calves. Full breath in, full breath out. We're halfway. Full breath in, full breath out. Breathe in and out. 2 more. Breathe in, strong belly, tuck your tail, breathe out. 1 last big breath in here. Breathe out. You can put your knees on the floor if you'd like, or come to plank. Let's go through the Vinyasa. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Very nice. Spend a breath or 2 here in up dog. And then downward facing dog or child's pose. Child's pose is with your knees on the floor. Good. Let's bring the whole belly down onto the floor now, what we call prone pose. Good. So your belly's on the floor, arms are stretched out in front. But strengthen and lengthen the arms and legs, straighten them and lift them up. Breathe 1, 2, 3. Lift, long legs. 1 more breath. And then stack your hands and put your cheek down on your hands to rest. Good. Put your chin on the mat or on your, put your chin on the mat. Let's interlace hands behind your back. If this is uncomfortable, you can leave your hands down under your shoulders. But interlace so you have a fist Palms together, press your arms as straight as you can make them. Lift up your chest, your torso, and your legs. Breathe 1, 2. Big breath here. 3, 4, and 5. Put your chin back on the mat. You can stack your hands and rest if you'd like. We have one more little back bend warm up, and it's a dynamic one. So, hands on the floor out to the sides. Good. Lift up, lengthen, and lift your chest, lift your legs, and lift your arms up like goalposts. Your elbows are bent. Inhale here, lift your legs, exhale, stretch your arms straight. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Inhale, bend, really lift legs and chest, keep them high, exhale, straighten your arms. Inhale, last one, the bonus couple of breaths. Lift as high as you can, lengthen, tuck your chin down a little bit, take one last breath in here, and exhale, stack your hands, rest your cheek on your hands, and let everything get heavy on the floor. Good. That brings a lot of blood to the low back. We like that. If you're comfortable on the floor, stay on the floor because we're going to do some back bending. Good. So, on the floor, you're going to grab either one foot or both feet. Keep your knees hip distance apart, no wider, and then pull with your feet to lift your torso off the floor. Breathe in. You're using strong thigh muscles to pull yourself up with your feet. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's take one more breath here. And then relax your feet back towards your tush and release your hands. We're going to do that one more time. If you do full wheel in your practice, you can do that for 5 breaths or go back to what we just did, which is called bow pose. I'll show you full wheel. Don't look around when you're in these poses, okay? So ignore me. Just listen to my voice. Whatever back bend you're doing, you can clasp your feet if you're on your belly and use your leg strength to pull your chest up off the floor. You can do an alternative back bend or rest. Breathe 1, 2. If you're in wheel and it's too much, tuck your head and come down. 4, 5, good. Let's come down. And if you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest. If you're on your belly, come into child's pose. Open your knees, feet together, hips sink down to heels. Hands can walk out in front or cross on your low back and rest. Good. We take a little rest here. If you need a little bit more rest, stay where you are. Otherwise, let's go through Vinyasa. When we're on the floor, start on Vinyasa and plank pose. Tuck your tail when you're in plank, like we did a moment ago. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Good. Chaturanga again. Downward facing dog. This is a gentle forward fold. It's a counter pose to the back bending. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of rolling the bend up my spine, rolling it back down again, tilting my tail down, rolls the bend up my spine a little bit, slowly tilting my tail back up, brings it back to a flat spine. Good. Now to seated forward fold. So walk your feet forward. Just kind of come to sitting, just like this. Good. Once again, if your spine is rounded when you're sitting here, use your hands behind you to support your body and lift up nice and tall. Seated forward fold. If you can, bring your hands in front. Walk your hands down your legs as straight as they can be. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, deepen the fold. Go as far as you feel like going. Eventually, dropping your chin, trying to keep as long and extended a spine as possible. Let's take 3 more breaths. Doesn't matter how far you go. 2, 3, good. Inhale your head up. Exhale, walk yourself all the rest of the way up for another Vinyasa. Hands to the floor, step to plank pose. We're gonna hold this plank for a couple of breaths. Tuck your tail, strengthen your body. Long breath in, Long breath out to Chaturanga and hold it. Your shoulders are no lower than your elbows. Super strong body. Putting 1 or 2 knees on the floor is okay. Another long breath in. Breathe out. Slide into Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Lift your head up out of your shoulders. Take 2 to 3 breaths here. Really reaching up. Chin reaches up just a little. Good. Last big breath in here. If you can, Chaturanga again and push to Down Dog. Left foot on the floor, right foot in the sky. Lift it up as high as you can. Open up your hips and really point your foot as high up towards the sky as you can. Doesn't matter how straight it is, how tall it is, just extend it. Now take that top leg knee and bend it so that your heel is coming close to your rear end. Really reach your knee up to the sky. From here, straighten that top leg again. If this is hard on your wrists, come down to your forearms. Bend that top leg again. We're going to sweep it down for Pigeon Pose. Right knee to right hand. Left leg stretches out as far behind you as possible. Walk your hands straight out. Maybe walk them a little bit towards the foot side. Walk your elbows down a little bit. Strengthen and lengthen your spine, and then let it descend as low as possible. Head resting on something for pigeon. This will be a short pigeon. What I want you to do is think about getting all of your body parts as low as possible. So your glutes are holding on so you don't go too far. Let your glute muscles relax. Let your shoulders relax in this pose. Let your jaw and your face and your tongue relax. Think about all the muscles in your spine. Let them grow heavy and soft and just sink into the floor. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. Don't be tempted to move or fidget. Go as low as you can comfortably by relaxing. Stay still. 2 more breaths. Perfect. Last big breath. If you have a really good thing going, if this just feels like exactly what you want, stay here. Doesn't matter what we do. Stay where you are and get as much as you can. If you're ready, and most of us probably are, put your hands flat on the floor. Let's come back to that one-legged down dog. The leg that's bent underneath comes up to the sky. Really slowly reach it to the sky. Bend that top leg and really push back a little bit. When you're ready, same thing, just as slow on the second side. Right foot comes down, left leg comes up nice and high. Roll it open. We're not going to rush through the second side. We're going to take it slow. So after a breath or 2, you can bend that top knee, trying to bring your heel towards your own rear end. Good. Lift your knee up really high. Keep it high and straighten your leg. Do the best you can. Really feeling stretching the hamstring on the bottom leg. Top leg bends again. That's the knee that's going to sweep down. Left knee towards left hand. So sweep it down. And we want eventually your shin to be working its way towards parallel to the top of your mat. So I always walk my back foot back a little bit. And I try to bring my front foot up a little bit. Then I walk my hands towards my foot away from my bent knee. And walk it out as far as I can. Be very brave. Relax that bent leg, hip, and glute muscle so that you can sink and stop clutching and holding on. Remember to try to walk out, long spine, walk your elbows out as far as you can. Rest your head on something. You can stack 2 fists, 1 fist, put your head on the floor. Maybe you can stretch your arms out as far as they go, flat on the floor. We're going to take about 10 breaths, and that's all. Make them as slow as you can. This posture gives freedom of movement in the hips. It forces us to slow down, to focus on only one thing, relaxing. Good, and after this next breath, we're halfway there. If we fidget and wiggle, once we stop wiggling, it's like we're starting the pose over again. This is a long distance pose. Good. So maybe we have 3 breaths left. Take a long, slow breath in. Let your body get heavy and soft. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, and we've got one more big breath, more if you'd like. If you'd like to stay here, feel free. Last breath out, thank yourself for coming into this huge pose. Slowly walk your hands back. Slowly come back into the one-legged down dog, so that leg that was bent underneath comes up to the sky, other heel comes down, lift it up, bend the top knee, straighten the top knee. Maybe it feels good. We're almost done. Downward facing dog, child's pose if you'd like. And then if you're one of those who can jump and scoot your legs all the way through to sitting, feel free. I won't. I'll just sit down the old-fashioned way. We're going to do a little twist, lying down, and then Shavasana. So I'm going to lie all the way down to my back. If there's a twist you like better than this one, feel free to do that. I'm going to draw one leg into my chest. Then I'm going to draw the other one in. I like to have my knees a little bit separated. Roll from side to side. Really tuck up. Deep, low back, forward fold. Bring your head back down. One leg stays bent, the other leg is straight. Opposite hand crosses your body. Maybe you tuck your toes on your inner thigh and roll over to a twist. Try to keep your shoulders on the floor. I'm extending my other arm as I roll my hips, and maybe my knee comes close to the floor on the other side. Go to a place where you feel like that's a pretty good twist and take 3 more big breaths. Good. Last big breath here. Once again, if you're really loving it, stay there or switch to the second side. Some of us have poses, so opposite knee tugs in, opposite hand comes across, twist. Some of us have poses that we feel like it's not really a yoga practice unless we do those poses. If you have some that we didn't do and you want to do, feel free. You're nicely warmed up. If it's something dangerous, make sure that you're in a safe place. If you're going to roll out of headstand, make sure that there's nothing pokey, dangerous, or alive in front of you. Good. Some of us have been in child's pose for 5 minutes, and that's great. You're taking care of yourself. Let's take one more breath here in this twist. Good. And when you're ready, draw your knees back up to your chest. We always do a little counter twist. Just drop your knees to the first side again. Draw your knees in. If you have other poses that you want to do, now's a good time. Or stretch your body out. Cover up with a blanket. Let your feet and legs be a little bit away from each other. Your palms face up. Arms are a little bit away from your body. Eyes are closed. And you're going to sit still, lie still, in what's called Shavasana, or corpse pose, for as long as you can. We have about 8 minutes. And I'm going to walk you through a little progressive relaxation. If you'd rather be quiet, bring your sound down and have a quiet 8 minutes. If you fall asleep, it's okay. That's not what Shavasana is meant for, but it's okay if it happens. So close your eyes and let your body be still and heavy on the floor. We're going to bring awareness to different parts of the body and then allow that part to just melt. So without moving, just bring your awareness. Think about your feet, both feet together. And when your awareness rests on your feet, then let them just melt. Become warm on the inside, get a little heavier and relax. Now your ankles, shins and calves on both legs. Feel them from the inside and let them completely dissolve into the earth. Next, it's the knees and the thighs. Think about the bones in your knees, the femur bones, the big muscles in your quads, hamstrings. Let your awareness rest on those muscles and then consciously let them dissolve into the floor. Let gravity pull them down into the earth so you're not working. Good. Now your hips, all the way up to your navel, the bones, your digestive organs, your reproductive organs. Let your awareness rest in that part of your body. And then as you breathe out, let all of that release and relax into the earth. Let it dissolve. So now from your navel down to your toes is complete and utter rest. Now the belly and the solar plexus, your middle back. Take a breath in and let your awareness rest in that part of your body. And then as you breathe out, let it go. Relax completely. Feel your internal organs just sink a little within your body. Good. Now rib cage, upper back, chest. Let that be in your conscious awareness for a moment. And then as you exhale, let it go. Shoulders, both right and left. Breathe in and feel the muscles and bones, the joints, and relax them. Shoulder blades, top, front, sides of your shoulders. Now upper arm from shoulder to elbow. Consciously let it go. Let it dissolve as you exhale. Now from elbow to wrist and your hands and all your fingers. Feel them a little warmer, a little heavier on the earth. Good. The back of your neck, the sides and the front, your throat. Let it relax. Now bring your awareness to your jaw, your teeth, your tongue, your cheeks, and your ears. Let it all just get heavy and release. Your nose, your eyes and eyelids, your eyebrows, the space between your eyebrows, your temples and forehead, and your whole scalp, from the base of your skull all the way to your forehead. Let it all completely release and grow soft and warm. Your whole head is relaxed. Both arms and your whole torso is relaxed. Both legs. Your whole body is at rest. Stay resting as long as you wish. When it's time to come back up into the moving world, first take a deep breath in and be grateful for breath on your own. Then think about your fingers and toes and begin to move them. Open and close your hands. Spread and clench your toes a little bit. And then start to roll your wrists and your ankles. Start to bend your elbows and your knees. You're drawing your limbs in towards your core. Maybe you tuck everything in really tight, and then you stretch your body nice and long. And then maybe you draw in again and roll over to one side, traditionally the right side. Rest for a moment there. Be grateful that you can move. Be grateful that you can breathe. And then come up to sitting, and we take just a moment to really steep in gratitude for all that we have and all that our body just did at the end of our yoga practice. And this is just practice. What we do when we leave the mat is the real thing. And I always recommend that you take a moment to be grateful for your strength and your ability, for the food you have and the clean water and clean air. And then think about how you can use what you have to ease the burden of another. Find one thing you can do and commit to doing it. And be grateful. Thank you for joining me for practice today. I'm Catherine McBride. Namaste.
Catherine, you got some thank yous on the side.
I see that.
Yeah.